Imagine standing atop an ancient Mayan pyramid as the sun rises over a misty jungle canopy. Picture yourself diving into a secret cenote where crystal-clear waters illuminate an underground world. Envision relaxing on a pristine beach where the sand is as white as sugar and the water shifts between 7 shades of blue. Welcome to Mexico's ultimate 14-day adventure. I'm Robert from Epic Travel 360, and after exploring Mexico extensively over the past decade, I've crafted what I believe is the perfect 14-day itinerary that balances iconic must-sees with hidden gems that most travelers miss entirely. This isn't just another generic Mexico travel guide. I've personally tested and refined this exact route within the last 6 months, meticulously documenting the ideal timing for each location, the secret spots that don't appear in guidebooks, and the authentic cultural experiences that transform a good trip into an unforgettable journey. What makes this guide different is that I'll show you not just where to go, but exactly when to visit for optimal experiences, where to stay for the best value, and how to navigate Mexico safely and confidently. In the next 30 minutes, you'll discover a perfectly balanced 14-day itinerary covering ancient wonders, colonial cities, jungle adventures, and pristine beaches. The exact hotels I recommend in each location, with options for different budgets. Specific transportation strategies that save you both time and money. Local food recommendations that go far beyond tacos and guacamole. Photography tips for capturing Mexico's most Instagram-worthy locations. I've organized this journey to minimize backtracking while maximizing experiences, with detailed information for each day. And for those who stay until the end, I'll share my ultimate Mexico resource pack, a downloadable collection of custom Google Maps, restaurant recommendations, and Spanish phrases that will transform your Mexican adventure. What makes this guide different is that I'll share actual insights from my recent travels, not vague statements like, "It's beautiful." I'll show you real examples of how arriving at a site just 30 minutes earlier can transform a crowded tourist experience into a magical private moment, and how slight detours can lead to experiences that 99% of travelers miss completely. Let's start with a completely different approach to Mexico travel that most visitors get wrong from the very beginning. Our 14-day Mexican adventure begins in the heart of the country, Mexico City, a fascinating metropolis where ancient history and cutting-edge modernity coexist in perfect harmony. Days 1 to 3 Mexico City and Teotihuacan. Day 1. Historic Center Exploration. After arriving at Mexico City International Airport, I recommend taking an authorized airport taxi, which costs approximately $15, to your accommodation in the historic center. For mid-range budgets, Hotel Zocalo Central offers unbeatable views of the main square from its rooftop restaurant. Meanwhile, budget travelers should consider Hostel Mundo Joven Cathedral for its central location and social atmosphere. Begin your Mexico adventure with a walking tour of the historic center, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Start at the Zocalo, one of the world's largest public squares, where you'll find the Metropolitan Cathedral and the excavated Templo Mayor, an active archaeological site revealing the layers of Aztec history beneath the colonial city. Photography tip: visit the cathedral rooftop in the late afternoon. Tours are available for $5 and offer a spectacular perspective of the Zocalo, with warm lighting that makes the historic buildings glow. For lunch, skip the tourist traps and head to Café de Tacuba, a historic restaurant serving traditional Mexican cuisine since 1912. Their mole poblano is exceptional and costs around $12. In the afternoon, visit the stunning Palacio de Bellas Artes, Mexico's premier cultural venue. The exterior combines Art Nouveau and Art Deco styles, while the interior houses impressive murals by Diego Rivera and other Mexican masters. Hidden gem: Most visitors miss the Postal Palace across the street, a stunning architectural masterpiece with an ornate interior that rivals European palaces. It's free to enter and usually empty of tourists. End your first day with dinner at El Balcón del Zócalo, where the rooftop views of the illuminated cathedral and national palace create an unforgettable backdrop. Budget approximately $25 to $30 per person for a memorable meal with drinks. Day 2, Teotihuacan Pyramids and Anthropology Museum. Rise early. I recommend 6:30 a.m. to beat both the crowds and the heat at Teotihuacan, the ancient city of the gods located 30 miles northeast of Mexico City. Transportation strategy. While many tours are available, I recommend taking an Uber to the northern bus terminal, Terminal Autobuses del Norte, and catching the direct bus to Teotihuacan, approximately $5 each way. The first buses depart at 7 a.m., putting you at the archaeological site by 8 a.m., a full hour before most tour groups arrive. At Teotihuacan, begin at the Pyramid of the Moon and work your way south along the Avenue of the Dead toward the massive Pyramid of the Sun. Climbing these ancient structures early in the morning provides both comfortable temperatures and dramatic lighting for photography. Photography tip: from the top of the Pyramid of the Sun, face west for a perfect composition of the Avenue of the Dead with the Pyramid of the Moon in the distance. The morning light creates dramatic shadows that reveal the precise urban planning of this ancient metropolis. Return to Mexico City by early afternoon and head to the National Museum of Anthropology, which houses the world's most important collection of pre-Hispanic artifacts, including the famous Aztec sunstone. Hidden gem. Most visitors rush past the ethnographic exhibits on the museum's right side, but these displays offer fascinating insights into Mexico's living indigenous cultures. The Mayan textile collection is particularly impressive. For dinner, experience Mexico City's renowned street food scene with a guided evening food tour in the Colonial Roma neighborhood. These tours provide safe access to authentic street food with expert guidance on what to try. From the bustling capital, we journey southeast to experience the colonial splendor and culinary traditions of Puebla and Oaxaca, two cities that represent the heart of traditional Mexico. Days 4 to 7, Puebla and Oaxaca. Day 4, Puebla's colonial beauty. From Mexico City, take the comfortable ADO bus to Puebla, which costs approximately $15 and takes about 2 hours. Puebla's historic center is another UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its perfectly preserved Spanish colonial architecture and distinctive Talavera pottery. Accommodation strategy: stay in the historic center at Hotel Casona Maria, a beautifully restored colonial mansion offering excellent value at approximately $80 per night. Budget travelers should consider Hotel San Leonardo with rooms from $40. Begin your exploration at the stunning Puebla Cathedral and the adjacent Zocalo, then wander the surrounding streets lined with colorful buildings adorned with the city's famous Talavera tiles. For lunch, you must try Puebla's signature dish Mole Poblano at the traditional restaurant El Mural de los Poblanos. This complex sauce containing chocolate and over 20 ingredients was invented in Puebla and costs around $15 for a complete meal. In the afternoon, visit the Church of Santo Domingo to see the breathtaking Capilla del Rosario, considered one of Mexico's greatest Baroque masterpieces. The chapel's gold leaf interior literally glows when sunlight streams through the windows. Photography tip: visit the chapel between 2 and 3 p.m. when sunlight illuminates the gold leaf interior, creating an ethereal golden glow that's perfect for photography. Position yourself near the entrance for a composition that captures both the altar and the ornate ceiling. End your day with a visit to the Callejón de los Sapos, a charming street known for its antique shops and weekend market. In the evening, enjoy dinner at La Casita Poblana for authentic regional cuisine in a beautiful setting. Hidden gem. Most visitors miss the Biblioteca Palafoxiana, the first public library in the Americas, established in 1646. Its 43,000 ancient books and stunning three-tiered bookshelf create a magical atmosphere for book lovers and photographers alike. Day 5. Cholula and travel to Oaxaca. Start your day with a short trip to nearby Cholula, just about 30 minutes by Uber, costing approximately $10. Cholula is home to the Great Pyramid of Cholula, the largest pyramid by volume in the world. Though now appearing as a hill with a church on top, this ancient structure predates the Spanish conquest. A good timing strategy is to arrive at the archaeological site when it opens at 9 a.m. to enjoy the tunnels through the pyramid's interior before tour groups arrive. The site's museum provides excellent context for understanding this remarkable structure. From the top of the pyramid, enjoy spectacular views of the surrounding valley and the majestic Popocatépetl volcano in the distance. Return to Puebla for lunch at Mercado de Sabores, a food market where you can sample regional specialties like semitas, those delicious Pueblan sandwiches, and chalupas for just a few dollars. In the afternoon, take the ADO bus to Oaxaca, costing approximately $25 and taking about 4 to 5 hours. This scenic journey through the mountains offers spectacular views of rural Mexico. Upon arrival in Oaxaca, check into your accommodation. I recommend Hotel Parador de Alcala for its central location and beautiful courtyard, costing approximately $90 per night. Budget travelers should consider Hostel de la Noria at around $30 per night. For dinner, head to the Zocalo to experience Oaxaca's vibrant evening atmosphere and enjoy your first taste of Oaxacan cuisine, considered by many to be Mexico's finest. Try Los Danzantes for an upscale introduction to regional specialties like tlayudas and black mole. Day 6. Oaxaca City and Monte Albán. Begin your day with an early visit to Monte Albán, the ancient Zapotec capital perched on a mountain overlooking the Oaxaca Valley. Take a colectivo, which is a shared taxi from the baseball stadium for approximately $5 round trip. Timing strategy. Arrive when the site opens at 8 a.m. to experience this magnificent archaeological zone in the cool morning hours with optimal lighting for photography. The site becomes hot and crowded by midday. From Oaxaca, we journey further south to the state of Chiapas, where misty mountains, lush jungles, and living Maya culture create some of Mexico's most magical experiences. Days 8 to 10, Chiapas, including San Cristobal and Palenque. From Oaxaca, take an early morning ADO bus to San Cristobal de las Casas, which costs approximately $40 and takes about 9 hours. While this is a long journey, the spectacular mountain scenery makes it worthwhile. For those with a higher budget, flights connect through Mexico City, saving time but adding considerable cost. Transportation tip: book the ADO GL or Platino service for this long journey. The extra $10 to $15 provides significantly more comfortable seats, personal entertainment screens, and a quieter environment. Arrive in San Cristobal by late afternoon and check into your accommodation. I recommend Hotel Beau for its beautiful design incorporating local textiles and crafts, costing approximately $120 per night. Budget travelers should consider Posada del Abuelito at around $30 per night. Despite your arrival time, head immediately to the pedestrian street of Real de Guadalupe for a stroll through this charming colonial city. The street comes alive in the evening with musicians, artisans, and food vendors. For dinner, try El Fogón de Jovel for traditional Chiapanecan cuisine, including dishes like cochito, which is pork marinated in achiote, and sopa de pan, or bread soup. A complete meal costs approximately $15. Begin your day with a visit to the nearby indigenous villages of San Juan Chamula and Zinacantan, where ancient Maya traditions blend with Catholicism to create unique cultural expressions. Join a small group tour, costing approximately $25, rather than attempting to visit independently. Local guides provide crucial cultural context and help navigate the complex protocols for respectful visitation. In San Juan Chamula, visit the extraordinary church where pine needles cover the floor, thousands of candles flicker in the darkness, and shamans perform healing ceremonies. Note that photography is strictly prohibited inside the church. In Zinacantan, visit a family compound to observe traditional backstrap loom weaving and sample handmade tortillas with local cheese and pox, a traditional corn liquor. Return to San Cristobal for lunch at Tierra Dentro, a cooperative restaurant supporting indigenous communities while serving excellent regional cuisine. Try their sopa de chipilín, a local herb soup, for approximately $8. In the afternoon, take a boat tour through the spectacular Sumidero Canyon, where limestone walls tower up to 3,000 feet above the Grijalva River. Tours depart from Chiapa de Corzo about 30 minutes from San Cristobal, costing around $25 including transportation. Photography. Tip: bring a polarizing filter for your camera to reduce glare on the water and enhance the rich green of the canyon walls. The best light occurs in late afternoon when the western walls are illuminated, while the eastern walls create dramatic shadows. Return to San Cristobal for dinner at El Secreto, known for its innovative fusion of traditional ingredients with contemporary techniques. A dinner with drinks costs approximately $30 per person. Day 10. Palenque Ruins and Waterfalls. Check out early and take the ADO bus to Palenque, which costs around $25 and takes about 5 hours. This journey descends from the cool highlands into the tropical lowlands with dramatic changes in vegetation and climate. From the jungles of Chiapas we journey to the Yucatan Peninsula for the final leg of our adventure, where ancient Maya cities, crystal-clear cenotes and pristine Caribbean beaches create the perfect finale to our Mexican journey. Days 11 to 14, Yucatan Peninsula including Valladolid, Chichen Itza, and Tulum. Day 11, Palenque to Valladolid. Take the morning ADO bus from Palenque to Valladolid, which costs approximately $50 and takes about 8 to 9 hours. This long journey crosses from Chiapas through Tabasco and Campeche before entering the Yucatan Peninsula. Transportation tip: for this long journey, consider breaking up the trip with an overnight stay in Campeche, a beautiful walled colonial city on the Gulf of Mexico. If time doesn't permit, book the ADO Platino service for maximum comfort. Arrive in Valladolid by evening and check into your accommodation. I recommend Hotel Posada San Juan for its beautiful colonial architecture and central location. It's approximately $80 per night. Budget travelers should consider Hostel Tunic Naj at around $25 per night. Despite your arrival time, take a short walk to Valladolid's Central Plaza to experience the peaceful evening atmosphere of this authentic Mexican town. For dinner, try La Casona de Valladolid for excellent Yucatecan cuisine, including regional specialties like cochinita pibil, which is slow-roasted pork, and sopa de lima, or lime soup. A complete meal costs approximately $15. Day 12. Chichen Itza and Cenotes. Rise very early to visit Chichen Itza, one of the new 7 wonders of the world and Mexico's most famous archaeological site. The site opens at 8 a.m., but I recommend arriving by 7:30 a.m. to be among the first to enter. Transportation strategy. Rather than joining a tour, take a colectivo, a shared van, from Valladolid's main square. It's approximately $5 each way and takes about 45 minutes. The first colectivos depart around 7 a.m., allowing you to arrive before the tour buses. Timing strategy. This early arrival is absolutely crucial. By entering at 8 a.m., you'll experience the ancient city in relative tranquility for about 90 minutes before the tour groups arrive in force around 10 a.m. The difference in experience is dramatic. Begin your exploration at El Castillo, the main pyramid, before it becomes surrounded by crowds. Continue to the Great Ball Court, the largest in ancient Mesoamerica, and the sacred cenote where the Maya made offerings to the rain god Chiapas. Photography tip. In the early morning, position yourself at the northeast corner of El Castillo to capture the pyramid with the first sunlight illuminating its eastern face while the northern stairway remains in shadow. This creates a dramatic play of light that emphasizes the structure's geometry. Leave Chichen Itza by 11 a.m. as the site becomes extremely crowded and hot. Take a colectivo back to Valladolid for lunch at Mercado Municipal, where you can sample local specialties like panuchos and salbutes for just a few dollars. In the afternoon, cool off with a swim in Cenotes, one of the Yucatan's most photogenic cenotes. Located just 15 minutes from Valladolid, this cenote features a stone platform in a beam of light that creates a magical atmosphere. Hidden gem. Most visitors miss Cenote Oxman, located at Hacienda San Lorenzo. This spectacular cenote features a large opening to the sky and hanging tree roots, with far fewer visitors than more famous cenotes. The hacienda also has a restaurant and pool where you can relax after swimming. Return to Valladolid for dinner at Taberna de los Frailes, located next to the San Bernardino convent. Their contemporary take on Yucatecan cuisine includes excellent pak chuk, grilled pork, and papadzules, egg-filled tortillas with pumpkin seed sauce. A dinner with drinks costs approximately $25 per person. From the jungles of Chiapas, we journey to the Yucatan Peninsula for the final leg of our adventure, where ancient Maya cities, crystal-clear cenotes, and pristine Caribbean beaches create the perfect finale to our Mexican journey. Days 11 to 14 Yucatan Peninsula, including Valladolid, Chichen Itza, and Tulum. On day 11, take the morning ADO bus from Palenque to Valladolid. The journey costs approximately $50 and takes 8 to 9 hours. This long trip crosses from Chiapas through Tabasco and Campeche, before entering the Yucatan Peninsula. For this long journey, consider breaking up the trip with an overnight stay in Campeche, a beautiful walled colonial city on the Gulf of Mexico. If time doesn't permit, book the ADO Platino service for maximum comfort. Arrive in Valladolid by evening and check into your accommodation. I recommend Hotel Posada San Juan for its beautiful colonial architecture and central location, costing around $80 per night. Budget travelers should consider Hostel Tunic Naj at around $25 per night. Despite your arrival time, take a short walk to Valladolid's Central Plaza to experience the peaceful evening atmosphere of this authentic Mexican town. For dinner, try La Casona de Valladolid for excellent Yucatecan cuisine, including regional specialties like cochinita pibil, which is slow-roasted pork, and sopa de lima, a lime soup. A complete meal costs approximately $15. On day 12, rise very early to visit Chichen Itza, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and Mexico's most famous archaeological site. The site opens at 8 a.m., but I recommend arriving by 7:30 a.m. to be among the first to enter. Rather than joining a tour, take a colectivo or shared van from Valladolid's main square. This costs approximately $5 each way and takes about 45 minutes. The first colectivos depart around 7 a.m., allowing you to arrive before the tour buses. This early arrival is absolutely crucial. By entering at 8 a.m., you'll experience the ancient city in relative tranquility for about 90 minutes before the tour groups arrive in force around 10 a.m. The difference in experience is dramatic. Begin your exploration at El Castillo, the main pyramid, before it becomes surrounded by crowds. Continue to the Great Ball Court, the largest in ancient Mesoamerica, and the sacred cenote where the Maya made offerings to the rain god Chiapas. In the early morning, position yourself at the northeast corner of El Castillo to capture the pyramid with the first sunlight illuminating its eastern face, while the northern stairway remains in shadow, creating a dramatic play of light that emphasizes the structure's geometry. Leave Chichen Itza by 11 a.m., as the site becomes extremely crowded and hot. Take a colectivo back to Valladolid for lunch at Mercado Municipal, where you can sample local specialties like panuchos and salbutes for just a few dollars. In the afternoon, cool off with a swim in Cenotes Suitun, one of the Yucatan's most photogenic cenotes. Located just 15 minutes from Valladolid, this cenote features a stone platform in a beam of light that creates a magical atmosphere. Most visitors miss Cenote Oaxacan, located at Hacienda San Lorenzo. This spectacular cenote features a large opening to the sky and hanging tree roots, with far fewer visitors than more famous cenotes. The hacienda also has a restaurant and pool where you can relax after swimming. Return to Valladolid for dinner at Taberna de los Frailes, located next to the San Bernardino convent. Their contemporary take on Yucatecan cuisine includes excellent pak chuk, which is grilled pork, and papadzules, egg-filled tortillas with pumpkin seed sauce. A dinner with drinks costs approximately $25 per person. On day 13 after breakfast, take the ADO bus from Valladolid to Tulum, which costs approximately $15 and takes about 1.5 hours. Upon arrival, check into your accommodation in Tulum Pueblo, the town, rather than the more expensive beach zone. I recommend Una Vida for its beautiful design and excellent value, costing around $120 per night. Budget travelers should consider Posada Los Mapaches at around $40 per night. Staying in town rather than on the beach zone saves 50 to 70% on accommodation costs, while being just a 15-minute bike ride from the beach. After settling in, rent bicycles from your hotel or a local shop, which costs approximately $5 to $10 per day, and ride to the Tulum Archaeological Zone, the only Maya city built on the Caribbean coast. Visit the ruins in the afternoon around 3 to 4 p.m. when the morning crowds have dissipated and the harsh midday sun has softened. The site remains open until 5 p.m., giving you enough time to explore the main structures. While smaller than Chichen Itza or Palenque, Tulum's dramatic setting on seaside cliffs creates an unforgettable backdrop for the ancient structures. The Temple of the Descending God and El Castillo are particularly impressive against the turquoise Caribbean. From the small cove below the ruins, accessible via a wooden staircase, capture El Castillo perched on the cliff with the Caribbean Sea in the foreground. Late afternoon light bathes the structure in a warm glow that contrasts beautifully with the blue water. After exploring the ruins, cool off with a swim at the public beach adjacent to the archaeological zone, one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Return to Tulum Pueblo for dinner at Taqueria Honorio, a local favorite serving some of the best cochinita pibil tacos in the Yucatan for just a few dollars. For a more upscale experience, try Heartwood, which focuses on sustainable seafood and wood-fired cooking. Reservations are essential, and a meal costs approximately $50 to $70 per person. Now that we've explored this perfect 14-day Mexican itinerary, let's discuss the practical aspects of planning and executing your adventure with confidence. Safety considerations. Mexico's tourist areas are generally safe, but informed travelers make smart choices. Regional safety assessment. The areas in our itinerary, Mexico City, Puebla, Oaxaca, San Cristobal, Palenque, Valladolid, and Tulum, are among Mexico's safest regions for travelers. These popular tourist destinations have significant police presence and depend economically on tourism. Like any destination, petty theft can occur, so maintain awareness in crowded areas. The drug-related violence reported in headlines typically occurs far from tourist zones. Practical safety strategies. Use official taxis from authorized stands called sitios or ride-sharing apps like Uber and Didi. Keep valuables secure in hotel safes when possible. Avoid wearing expensive jewelry or watches that attract attention. Carry only the cash needed for the day, with emergency funds and cards secured separately. In Mexico City, avoid hailing street taxis and use the women-only sections of the metro during rush hour. Register with your country's embassy through their online system before traveling. My personal experience: in dozens of trips throughout Mexico, I've encountered fewer safety issues than in many major US or European cities. Common sense precautions are sufficient in the regions covered by this itinerary. Transportation tips for Yucatan. Easy travel. Navigating Mexico efficiently requires understanding the country's excellent bus network. Bus classes explained. ADO is Mexico's premier bus company with several service levels. ADO, which is standard, comfortable, air-conditioned, and reliable. ADO GL, which offers extra legroom, fewer seats, and personal entertainment screens. And ADO Platino, which provides first-class service with wide reclining seats, meal service, and individual screens. For journeys over 4 hours, the upgrade to GL or Platino is worth the additional $10 to $15. Booking strategy. Purchase tickets 1 to 2 days in advance for popular routes. Use the ADO website or app for convenience, which does require basic Spanish. For complicated routes, purchase directly at the bus station. Most stations accept credit cards, but smaller terminals may be cash only. Alternative transportation. Internal flights can save time for long distances, like Mexico City to Cancun, for example. Colectivos, or shared vans, provide economical transportation for shorter distances. In tourist areas like Tulum, bicycle rental offers flexibility and avoids parking challenges. Best accommodation options in Yucatan. Strategic accommodation choices enhance your experience while optimizing your budget. Location strategy. In cities, prioritize central locations that allow walking to major attractions. In beach destinations, consider staying in town rather than beachfront for significant savings. For archaeological sites like Palenque, staying nearby allows early morning access before crowds arrive. Booking recommendations. Reserve accommodations at least 30 days in advance for high season, which is December through April. Use booking platforms with free cancellation options to maintain flexibility. Contact hotels directly for potential discounts on longer stays of 3 or more nights. Consider boutique hotels that offer character and personal service at mid-range prices. Mexico offers exceptional value, but costs vary significantly by region and style of travel. Here are some daily budget guidelines. Budget travel, $50 to $75 per day, which includes hostels, public transportation, street food, and free or low-cost attractions. Mid-range travel, $100 to $150 per day, covering 3-star hotels, occasional taxis, and a mix of restaurants and street food. Luxury travel, $200 or more per day, including 4 to 5-star hotels, private transportation, and upscale restaurants. Regional cost variations are also important to note. Mexico City, Puebla, and Oaxaca offer the best overall value. However, Tulum has become significantly more expensive than other destinations. Archaeological sites have standardized entry fees ranging from $5 to $25, often with separate fees for video recording. To save money, eat your main meal at lunch when many restaurants offer comida corrida, or set menus, at 30 to 50% less than dinner prices. Use a credit card with no foreign transaction fees for larger purchases. Withdraw cash from ATMs inside banks rather than standalone machines to minimize fees. Negotiate prices at markets but respect fixed prices in established businesses. Also, consider Mexico's extensive museum network of free entry days, typically Sundays for Mexican citizens and residents. Beyond the practical aspects of travel, truly memorable experiences in Mexico come from meaningful cultural connections. Let's explore how to engage respectfully and authentically with Mexico's rich cultural heritage. While English is widely spoken in tourist areas, even basic Spanish dramatically enhances your experience. Here are some essential phrases. Greetings. Buenos dias for good morning, buenas tardes for good afternoon, and buenas noches for good evening. Courtesy. Por favor for please, gracias for thank you, and disculpe for excuse me. Questions, cuánto cuesta, meaning how much does it cost, and dónde está, meaning where is. In case of emergencies, necesito ayuda means I need help, and habla inglés means do you speak English. For a language strategy, learn numbers 1 to 100 for understanding prices and times. Download Google. Translate with the Spanish offline package. Use a translation app with a camera function for menus. Practice pronunciation before your trip using free apps like Duolingo. Mexico's indigenous communities maintain strong traditional practices that visitors should respect. Here are some cultural respect guidelines. For photography etiquette, always ask permission before photographing individuals, especially in indigenous communities. In markets and public spaces, engage in conversation before requesting photos. Some communities prohibit photography of certain ceremonies or inside churches. Offer to send copies of photos via email or WhatsApp when appropriate. When visiting sacred sites, dress modestly by covering your shoulders and avoiding short shorts. Remove hats when entering churches. Observe silence in active ceremonial spaces. Follow all posted rules at archaeological sites, including restrictions on climbing certain structures. Food is central to Mexican culture and offers a window into regional traditions. Street food strategy. Look for stands with local customers and high turnover. Start with familiar items like tacos before trying more exotic options. Observe food preparation practices for cleanliness. Carry small bills for easy payment. Regional specialties worth trying. In Mexico City, try tacos al pastor tlacoyos and churros con chocolate. In Puebla, mole poblano chiles en nogada when in season and semitas. Oaxaca offers tlayudas 7 varieties of mole and tejate. In Chiapas, cochito sopa de pan and pozol are must-tries. In Yucatan, don't miss cochinita pibil sopa de lima and marquesitas. Tipping customs. In restaurants, 10 to 15% is standard, but check if service is already included. For tour guides, tip 10 to 15% for group tours, and 15 to 20% for private tours. Hotel staff should be tipped 20 to 50 pesos per day for housekeeping. Grocery baggers, often older adults or students, should receive 5 to 10 pesos. Sustainable travel practices. Support Mexico's communities and environment through conscious choices. Economic impact. Purchase directly from artisans when possible. Support community-based tourism initiatives. Use local guides who provide authentic cultural context. Choose locally owned accommodations and restaurants. Environmental considerations. Use reef-safe sunscreen in marine environments. Avoid single-use plastics by bringing a reusable water bottle. Stay on marked trails at natural sites. Choose tour operators with environmental certifications. We've covered a comprehensive 14-day Mexican itinerary with detailed insights, practical advice, and cultural context. Now let's bring everything together into a cohesive system, the ultimate Mexico travel blueprint that will transform your journey from an ordinary vacation into an extraordinary adventure. This isn't just about following an itinerary, it's about creating a systematic approach to Mexican travel that maximizes experiences while minimizing common frustrations. Here's how to implement everything we've discussed in a practical, step-by-step framework. Begin with a structured approach to planning your Mexican adventure. Identify your travel style, whether it's cultural immersion, an archaeological focus, or culinary exploration. Consider seasonal factors like weather, festivals, and crowd levels. Research regional safety updates from official sources. Evaluate transportation options between destinations. Create a day-by-day itinerary with built-in flexibility. This comprehensive preparation creates a foundation for a journey aligned with your interests and travel conditions. Step 2. Optimal timing for Yucatan adventures. Implement these specific timing strategies throughout your journey. Visit major attractions at opening time or late afternoon to avoid crowds. Align your itinerary with local festivals and events when possible. Schedule long-distance travel during daylight hours for safety and scenery. Build in buffer days for unexpected discoveries or weather disruptions. Plan meals around local customs. Main meal at lunch, lighter dinner. This timing system transforms potentially crowded tourist experiences into more personal encounters with Mexico's wonders. Step 3. Connecting with Yucatan culture. Develop a structured approach to meaningful cultural engagement. Learn 5 to 10 new Spanish phrases for each region you visit. Research the specific indigenous cultures of each destination. Identify authentic cultural experiences beyond tourist presentations. Prepare appropriate questions that demonstrate genuine interest. Create opportunities for extended conversations with local guides and artisans. This framework ensures deeper connections that most travelers miss entirely. Step 4. The Culinary Exploration System. Implement this approach to experiencing Mexico's world-renowned cuisine. Begin each destination with a food tour for orientation and recommendations. Balance street food, markets, and restaurants for a complete experience. Document regional specialties and ingredients in a food journal. Take a cooking class in at least one destination. Oaxaca is ideal. Follow the one familiar, one new rule when ordering to expand your palate. This systematic approach to culinary exploration creates a comprehensive understanding of Mexico's diverse food traditions. Step 5. The Continuous Improvement Method. Preserve your journey insights effectively. Maintain a simple journal noting specific locations and timing that enhanced experiences. Record transportation details that worked well for future reference. Document accommodation insights and room preferences. Note guides and services worth recommending to others. Create a personal rating system for experiences to guide future travelers. This methodical approach to documentation creates a valuable resource for your future travels and for others following in your footsteps. This comprehensive Mexico travel framework has been refined through years of exploration throughout this magnificent country. The complete Mexico travel blueprint, including detailed regional guides, custom Google Maps, restaurant recommendations, and Spanish language resources, is available through the link in the description. Remember, a great journey through Mexico isn't about checking off famous sites, it's about connecting with the country's incredible cultural heritage, natural beauty, and warm hospitality through thoughtful exploration. By implementing these strategies, you're not just planning a vacation, you're crafting an experience that will change how you see Mexico, and perhaps even yourself. If you found this guide valuable, please support our work by liking this video, subscribing to Epic Travel 360, and hitting the notification bell for more travel wisdom. Share your own Mexico experiences in the comments. I personally read and respond to as many as possible. This is Naim from Epic Travel 360, wishing you extraordinary journeys through the many Mexicos waiting to be discovered. Until our next adventure together, happy travels. Thanks for joining me on this epic 14-day journey through Mexico's ancient ruins, vibrant jungles, colonial gems, and stunning beaches. If this guide inspired your next adventure, hit the thumbs up. It helps fellow explorers discover the wonders of Mexico. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another travel adventure with Epic Travel 360. Share this video with friends planning their own unforgettable trip to Mexico's pyramids, cenotes, and cultural treasures. Until next time, happy travels.